Good morning and welcome to this pregnancy yoga class. So this class was requested by one of my members in my online yoga circle, and they've asked for just a full body stretch. Their body is starting to feel a little bit achy and sore in pregnancy, so that's what we'll be doing today. If you too would like to request a class, I'll leave a link below for my membership so you can go and check out all the other classes that have already been created and perhaps request one of your own. So this particular class is suitable for the second and the third trimester. If you are in your first trimester and have been practicing regularly prior to pregnancy, you are welcome to continue. However, if you haven't been practicing prior to pregnancy, I would wait until the second trimester to start practicing. This is just because the body is doing so much already in that first trimester. It's best to just give it the rest that it needs, use meditation, use those tools instead of a physical practice. All right, let's get on our mat. So we'll start in our child's pose. I want you to take the big toes together and the knees as wide as the edge of the mat. And I just want you to reach your arms forward. So there should be a lot of space here for the belly, just to hang gently between the knees. Rest the forehead down. Let the belly hang. Take a deep breath into the low belly. And as you exhale, I want the arms to soften, the shoulders to soften. So see if you can mentally release these parts of your body. And as you inhale, just gently walk the hands over to one side. It's getting a beautiful stretch down the side body. So from this little pinky all the way up to the armpit. You might even rest the head down on the arm to make it nice and comfortable. Take 2 full deep breaths here and just soften in. Then as you inhale, slowly walk the hands all the way over to the opposite side. Left hand on top of right. Sink back in for a couple of breaths. Slowly walking the hands back to center and then walking them all the way up. You can either leave those knees nice and wide or you can bring them in slightly if that feels more comfortable. Just take a few shoulder rolls here. So releasing any tension that we are carrying in this upper part of the body, which often as our weight starts to tend to draw forward, as our belly gets bigger, we kind of create this protective mode around our belly. We get a little bit of tension through the shoulders. So we're just working to actively release this, rolling the shoulders back and down. Reverse your circle in the opposite way. Feel free to get the spine involved. So you don't have to keep the spine rigid while you move the shoulders. Feel free to make it a little bit of a body roll as well. Really feeling into your body. There really is no right or wrong here. Listen to your body. Listen to what feels good and find a way to make your body feel good. All right, as you inhale, take the arms up high. Interlace the fingers, reach them up tall, and then draw the arms over to one side. So again, we could be nice and lazy and rest the head on the arm, getting that stretch down the side body. So this feels really good through the ribs as you start to lose that space in the abdomen for all our organs. It can be nice to use a yoga practice to create a little bit more space. Opposite side. And then back to center. Release the hands behind the back. Draw them down, opening up through the chest. Maybe shifting the gaze to the sky. And then bring the hands onto the thighs. Let's do a few seated cat-cows here. So rounding the back, tucking the chin, looking in towards the belly. And then inhale, opening up through the chest. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale. Inhale, last one here. And exhale. And as you inhale, let's take a few circles here. Just moving in a way that feels good, just enjoying creating a little bit of space through the spine. And then returning in the opposite direction. I always like to close down my eyes when I practice. Just a reminder to tune in to listen to my body rather than really being focused on what's going on out there. And then come back to center, draw the knees in so they're underneath the hips. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Just take a little rock and roll here. So just coming into the body in this position. And then we take a nice stretch out through the legs. So take the left foot back, pressing into the heel. And then bring the weight into that right knee. So press the right foot in, press the right knee in, lift the left leg up. And then I want you to bend the knee and then press the foot as if you're pressing the foot onto the ceiling. As you inhale, draw the leg around to the side. Take it nice and slow. And then shoot the leg out to the side. Rest the foot down. Take a big breath into the chest. And then as you exhale, creep the hands forward and bring the chest down towards the mat. So we've got a heart opener here with the leg stretch as well. And as you inhale, start to walk the hands back. And we're going to do the same thing to return. So I want you to shift the weight into that right leg. If this is too much, you can, of course, just step the leg straight back in. Bend the knee. Foot comes back to the ceiling. And then return it down. Well done. Take a little rock and roll, just releasing out any tension created in the body through that pose. And then the right foot shoots out behind us, pressing firmly into that heel, enjoying the calf stretch. And then shift the weight into the left side. So press the left knee, press the top of the left foot. Start to lift that right leg off. Bend the knee, press the foot to the ceiling, and then slowly take the leg out to the side. So we're working on hip mobility and strength. And all of these muscles help to support that pelvis. So as much as we want the pelvis to be open, we also want the strength there. Take a deep breath in, because if we don't have the strength there, we end up with a pelvis that is too open and becomes unstable and then can become quite painful. Take a breath here. Soften through the shoulders. Notice any tension in the body and see if you can just breathe. And then slowly walk the hands back. Get that foundation pressing into the hands first. Lift the leg up, bend the knee, foot comes back to the ceiling, and then slowly return it down. Come back to that rock and roll, rocking through the hips, moving forward if that feels good. And then when you're ready to, we're going to lift up into our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips high. Let the head and neck be soft. And just let the belly hang gently here. As you inhale, take the right leg high, bend the knee, open out through the hip. And then slowly return the leg back down. So we're not staying here for too long. Inhale, left leg, bend the knee, open out through the hip. And then release it down. I want you to take the feet to the outer edges of the mat and then slowly walk the feet up to meet the hands. So take as much time as you need. Often we get a little bit dizzier during pregnancy because our body is doing so much with its blood volume supporting baby. So just take the time to rise. There's no hurry. You need to get out of this mindset of trying to hustle and hurry and do more and just be in our bodies. So straightening up the legs, straightening up the chest, lengthening out the back of the neck by looking down towards the floor. And then exhale, fold back in. Keep the knees nice and bent. Leave the right hand on the ground. Inhale the left up. And then exhale, return it down. So again, keep the knees as bent as you need. Inhale, right hand to sky. So getting a twist through the upper back. And then exhale, softening down. Walk the hands up to the knees, take a seat down. See if you can lengthen through the spine. Just breathing here. And then when you're ready to, slowly press into those feet, strong legs. Come up to stand, roll the shoulders back and down. Interlace the hands behind the back. Open up through the heart. And then exhale. Forward fold, bending back into those knees, coming all the way down, hands above the head. You'll notice the feet are still wide, so there's room for the belly. And then release the hands down. I want you to straighten up the right leg and keep the left leg bent, so you're getting a nice stretch up the back of this right hamstring. And then change sides, straighten out the left leg, bend heavily into the right knee. Keep that head and neck nice and soft. And then plant both hands onto the ground, step the right leg back, bring that knee down and come into a low lunge. So keep the weight leaning forward, lift through the chest. If you like, you can find some movement here, or you're welcome to find stillness, whatever suits your body better today. If it feels good for you, you can come down onto the forearms, maybe even rest the head in, coming into a low lizard lunge. But again, being mindful of the fact that when you're pregnant, you don't want to overstretch. So you want to feel the stretch, but not push past that sensation. Just gently feel it and breathe, resting in a space of feeling that gentle tension, but not pushing into it, because we can overstretch at that point. When you're ready to, come back, bring the weight back. I want you to walk that foot into the midline and then draw the toes back towards you so you can fold over the leg. Let's add a bit of movement now. So inhale, lean forwards. Exhale, draw back. If you're up to doing the arms, you could inhale, rise the arms up. And then exhale, draw it back. But if you're not feeling stable, keep those fingertips grounded. Inhale, rise forward. Exhale, draw back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Settle in here. And creep those hands forward. Walk that front foot across. And then tuck it into the groin. Come into our pigeon pose. You take a deep breath, lifting through the chest. If you need any supports underneath the body, you could bring a bolster underneath this hip if your hips are not open enough to be in this position comfortably. And then I want you to tuck the back toes and engage that back leg. Keep the shoulders nice and soft. And then slowly draw that back knee in, plant the hands back down, walk the feet back so that you come back to your tabletop, take a big circle around and round. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Right leg to sky, inhale, bend the knee, open out through the hip. Press through that left heel. Exhale, lower down. Opposite side, inhale, left leg to sky. Bend and open. Lower the foot down, take the feet wide to the edges of the mat. Slowly creep them up. Once more, meeting those hands, finding that forward fold. This time the hands find the elbows and the upper body is just going to sway it out. So gently bending through either knee, swaying from side to side. Exploring how it feels different if you press into the balls of the feet versus pressing into the heels. Noticing that beautiful stretch up the back side of the body. Keep the shoulders, the face, the neck, and the belly soft. As you inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the back. Lengthen out through the back of the neck by looking down towards the floor, and then exhale, fold. Right hand to ground, inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale and fold. Inhale, right hand. Exhale. And then walk the hands up onto the thighs, slowly start to rise. Keep the chest lifted, so building strength through the legs, through the glutes. And then inhale, coming all the way up, rolling the shoulders back and down a couple of times. Interlace through the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together, open through the heart, forward fold. Bring the hands up and over. Let the neck be soft here, breathing steady. Release the hands down. This time the left leg steps back, bring the knee down. Come into that low lunge, so lift through the chest. Again, maybe taking movement, maybe finding stillness. If you'd like to, you can come down lower into that low lunge, that lizard lunge. Let the head and neck be soft. And then slowly walk your way back up. Bring that foot into the midline so that we can draw back, drawing the toes towards the head, and then inhaling forward to low lunge. Exhaling back, maybe adding the arms if you feel like you're able to stay grounded through the legs. Inhale to rise. And then exhale, draw back. Inhale to rise. And then exhale, draw back. Inhale. And exhale. Ground the hands down. We come into our pigeon pose on this side, so the foot tucks in towards the groin. Stretch that back leg out behind you. Find some length through the spine. And then we tuck those back toes, engage the leg, breathe. And then release that leg down. I'm going to get you to roll onto this hip and bring the back one around. We come to take a seat here. So get yourself comfortable however you like. You might want to put something up underneath the bottom just to lift the hips a little higher than the knees. And then from this seated position, just reach one hand down to the side, inhale the other one up and over. And then reach the hand down towards the back. Maybe it finds the opposite hip, maybe it finds the ground. And just opening up through the chest. Coming to the opposite side, up and over. And then bring that hand down behind you. Just making space here. All of pregnancy, our body is making space for someone new, and we have to make space in our life as well. And often when we proactively do that, when we make the space physically with our body, it makes the journey a little less of a struggle. We can make that space so we can breathe a little deeper. And Bub can do the same. You can come back to center. Let's take a few rolls here. So once again, just rolling as if the upper part of the body was stirring the lower part of the body. One way and then the other. Let's do a few rounds of Circle of Joy to finish. So bring the hands to heart. Find length through the spine. Inhale. Interlace the fingers. Rise the hands to the chin. Elbows rise. Exhale as we press the palms away. Round through the back. Tuck the chin. Look towards the belly. Inhale. Arms rise to the sky. Maybe the gaze follows them. Exhale. Hands come down. Interlace behind the back. Open through the chest. So really focus on opening up the body here, making space. If it feels okay to do so, shift the gaze. And then exhale, bring the chin back to center. Turn the hands to heart. Let's repeat this 2 more times. Inhale. Maybe closing down the eyes, getting into your own rhythm, your own body. Connecting in with Barb and this practice that you share. This breath that you share. Making it a little bit deeper, knowing that they feel it too. Currently 1 breath, 1 body. And then bring the hands back to heart. If you like, you can put 1 hand on the heart, 1 hand on baby. Let's take a few centering breaths here. Connecting in with your Barb, whether that is the simple knowing of them or whether they're actually moving around right now. Taking deep breaths in, nourishing yourself, but also nourishing your baby. Taking the time to send your baby the love that you feel in your heart, sending it down to your womb, and then letting it spread from your womb all around the rest of your body as well. Can you offer the rest of your body the love that you offer your baby? Your arms that continue to grow, your legs that get thicker, your bottom that's probably gotten a little bit squishier of late. I know it can be hard to embrace these things, but see if we can extend that love and compassion to ourselves as well. While growing a human being, we are also growing ourselves. And that's perfectly okay and perfectly perfect. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.